What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So, just got finished dropping the wife a drink off. You know, it's always a good thing to take your wife a drink when you can, especially when it's something that has caffeine in it and something that'll get her through the last 4 hours or so of her shift. So, there you go. How you guys doing? I know it was weird because it feels like that I haven't posted an update in a while, but I just posted one on Tuesday during the same day as the video before the finale of Pokemon Emerald. I hope you guys watched Pokemon Emerald, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Wednesday was the last day of that, and so now we're just gonna have a little bit of a break until the Huskies start back up next month. And when the Huskies start back up, after a while, then the Grand Theft Auto 3 series will start up. And I'm excited about that because I've started filming and started editing and putting some together. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know how many installments it'll be, but it'll be something for y'all. It'll be something for y'all. I got as I was editing next week's food review, actually, I got a text from my sister this morning saying, hey, can you come jump my car? Which is why she was in it last Friday, is because I had to jump her car last week, and I also had to do it again this week. So I'm just like, what, is Friday just going to be a thing for you? She luckily got the battery fixed today. She went and got it exchanged. And so my niece was still sleeping whenever I went over there. And I went over there about noon, and my niece was still asleep. And I'm like, why are you so tired? Why are you still sleeping? And then, you know, my sister was like, oh no, it's spring break for her, so she's just sleeping in and going to bed late and sleeping in. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds awesome. I was like, how late did you stay up? You know, expected, because she said, I stayed up all night. And I expected her to be like, oh, I passed out about midnight, or passed out about 1. Now, this girl went till 4 a.m. This 8-year-old went until 4 a.m. And it was noon, and she was still sleeping. And I was like, this kid, man, this kid, wow. And so she was still sleeping. We needed her assistance to get the car jump started because we had to push the car out. So we did this, and I don't recommend y'all do this, okay? Don't try this at home. We had Marley, my niece, in the driver's seat while Kayla and I were in the front of the car pushing it back because she was up against the fence. So obviously I couldn't fit my car into a fence unless I drove through it, which, again, I don't recommend that. And so we would tell her, okay, you know, put the foot on the pedal, or take your foot off the pedal. Okay, cut the wheels. And she did it. She did a great job. We told her to put her foot on the brake at one point, and the car was still going. And we're like, put the foot on the brake. And she's like, I am. It's very traumatic for an 8-year-old. So as a reward for helping us jump the car, not once but twice, because I jumped it when I got there and hung out for about 15-20 minutes, and then we left. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get you something to eat. I'm gonna treat you to lunch for helping out your mom and I. And I was like, where do you want to go? First thing that she said was, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, come on, you got to pick something, because every single person in my family, the answer is always, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's a paradox, because I do the exact same thing. When people say, I don't know, it infuriates me. And then people ask me, you know, what do you want to eat? I don't know. Just like, pick a place. But I did pick a place the other day. I was actually pretty proud of myself. My wife's like, where do you want to eat? And I'm like, here. She's like, done. I'm like, wow, just like that? Cool. Awesome. And so she's like, I was like, okay, seriously, where do you want to go eat? She said, Chick-fil-A. I'm like, of course you'd pick Chick-fil-A. Why wouldn't you pick Chick-fil-A? You're a bougie little kid. Why else would you say anything? Why would you say anything else? So I loaded her up in my car while my sister went to Walmart to get a new battery. She's like, you take her to lunch and I'm going to go get a battery. I was like, okay, deal. So about 10 minutes waiting in line at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, and making very little progress because everybody and their dogs goes to Chick-fil-A, and their lobby's still closed, so they're only serving people at their drive-thru. And so about 10 minutes later, we whip around. I'm like, do you just want to go in? Because I didn't know the lobby was closed. And she's like, yeah, let's just go in. So I whipped out of the drive-thru and whipped back around the building. And of course, I park and I find a really good parking spot. And it says lobby temporarily closed. I'm like, oh God. I was like, do you want to go back in line, or do you want to go someplace else? She's like, let's go someplace else. I said, okay. So I started naming off places. I was like, okay, do you want to go to Wendy's? She's like, ugh, I hate Wendy's. I was like, you hate? Wow. Hate for 8-year-olds? Hate? Wow. Okay, cool. I was like, okay, what about Sonic? She's like, maybe. I was like, how about Wiener Schnitzel? She said, I don't like Wiener Schnitzel. I'm like, okay. Taco Villa? Maybe. I'm like, okay, kid. I was like, you got to pick one. And so finally we're at the red light, and I said, okay, how about Chicken Express? Yeah! I forgot how much my niece loves Chicken Express. So I was like, all right, we'll go to Chicken Express. So we went to the one closest to us, which was just down the road. And we get up there, and we get to go in and eat, which is, a luxury nowadays. Sorry, somebody's music was really loud, and I thought it was mine for a second. But it's not. And so we wait for the cashier to come to the front counter, because it took her a while, because she was pretty much doing like 3 jobs in one. She was, bagging the food. She was taking the food to the tables. She was taking orders at the register. I'm just like, God bless you. God bless you. So I tell Marley, I said, all right, kid, go up there and order. And so she did. She went up there and ordered. She's like, I want chicken. And I was like, okay, do you want kids meal, or do you want just like a piece of chicken? And then so she would answer my question. She was answering the cashier's question. And she got in and out. She was done. She took her own order. I didn't take it for her. And the cashier kind of looked at me and was like, she's like, I'm happy that little kids like that can take their own order. And I'm like, yeah, listen. I was like, I looked at Marley. I said, you're a human being. You don't need me ordering for you. If you're capable of ordering, go for it. And she did. She was happy for it. And so the cashier was like, wow, I can't believe that you're, that you allowed her to order for herself. I'm like, it's no big deal. It's fine. As long as I can order for myself, which I did. I got the number 2, which is the best on the menu. 7 chicken tenders, a side, and a drink. And y'all know what's in my cup. So I got that, and then we were eating and hanging out, and she was, asking me if she could play games on my phone, and we were just talking about school and talking about how corn on the cob is better than corn nuggets, just usual little kid talk. And she got 2 sides, and one of her sides was an apple pie. So she's like, I want a pie. She's like, I want a cherry and an apple. I was like, whoa, kid. I'm like, pick one. She's like, okay, give me an apple. So she ordered an apple, and she got it. And so we're driving to go see my wife, because like I said, just dropping off a drink. So I was like, we're gonna take Aunt Jocelyn a drink, and then we're gonna, meet up back with your mom, and you're gonna go home. And she's like, okay, cool. I can't wait to go home and play Fortnite all day. I was like, you do your thing, baby girl. You go home and play Fortnite if you want to. And as we were driving out of the parking lot at the restaurant, she said, Uncle Colin, why do you have these boxes of cereal in your back seat? And I was like, well, baby, if I see a homeless person, then I haven't seen one yet, but when I see a homeless person, I'm going to give them a box of cereal. I know they don't have milk. I know they don't have a bowl, but people can eat cereal right out of the box. It's no problem. And then she looked up at me and said, Uncle Colin? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, can you give the rest of my apple pie to a homeless person? She only ate half of her pie. And I was just like, my heart just melted. I was like, baby girl. I was like, yeah, you can give your apple pie to a homeless person if you want to. The next homeless man that I see, she's like, or woman. I'm like, or woman. You're right, or woman. You got it. I'll do it. And so we took Aunt Jocelyn a drink, and I also got her a snow cone. Or not snow cone, ice cream cone. God. Oh my God. God, this dude is on my ass, like white on rice. I thought he was going to back into me for a second. My eyes got all bloodshot. I was like, oh, God. Anywho, so I got her an ice cream cone, and we met up with my sister at the parking lot of the flower shop. And she's like, Mommy, I got a delicious ice cream cone. And then she was like, oh, good. Getting her all hopped up on sugar. I was like, yep, filled her up with Chicken Express and ice cream. She's all yours. So we went in and said hi to my wife. You know, she got to, you know, see the flowers and was like, oh my gosh, these are so cool. And she was smelling the roses and stuff and the carnations. And then we said bye, and that was it. But it was just really cool that I got to see my niece and got to spend time with her a little bit today. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, real quick before I get to my next topic, I got another poll going on, guys, here on this channel in the community tab going on right now that it's expiring in 2 weeks. It is, if I were to do a challenge series of a Pokemon game, which one would you pick? Pokemon Red or Pokemon Leaf Green? Because I've already done Pokemon Yellow. Technically I could do Red or Blue, but I'm going to pick Red because that was the first Pokemon game I ever played, and it's near and dear to my heart, and it's nostalgic. I said, or Leaf Green, because I did a Pokemon Fire Red playthrough already. And so I asked you guys, and so far I've gotten some results, and I greatly appreciate it. It went live at midnight this morning, and it expires in 2 weeks. So go vote on that. I have a plan for a challenge series, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet, but I'm excited about it. And I actually did a test run, a dry run, and it actually went quicker than I anticipated. Of course, I had the turbo speed on, but I got it knocked out in like 2 or 3 hours. So I was like, all right, that's awesome. So it's a series that I want to do. It's something that I've been watching a lot of videos of on YouTube, and only one guy is doing these challenge series pretty much, or at least that YouTube's algorithm is showing me. My Dry Bread, I think is what his name is, doing single team challenges, and I'm gonna do one. I'm not gonna disclose the Pokemon yet, but I'm excited. And like I said, it was a success, so that means I could do it. So I'm gonna definitely do it for y'all. And if you guys can please go vote on that. I don't know when it's gonna be out. I don't know if it's gonna be like a series like the Pokemon Emerald series was, or anything like that. It might be an occasional. I don't know. It just depends. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But right now I'm just gonna get my bearings, and I'm gonna get the pulse of the piglets, and then we're gonna go from there. Actually, that's the only thing I want to talk about on the channel. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to become a piglet. There we go. So my wife and I last night, we watched the Snyder Cut of Justice League. It is millions and millions times better than the original theatrical Joss Whedon cut of the Justice League. Way, way, way better. Way darker. Batman does drop a fuck. So does Cyborg. And there's gore, there's amputation, there's blood. It looked fantastic. And it makes me so sad that is what Warner Brothers decided to scrap. Warner Brothers decided to go with Joss Whedon's, and that royally aggravated me, because Joss Whedon, though he made a fantastic MCU couple of movies, DC was not meant for him. Zack Snyder's version of the Justice League was phenomenal. It was 4 hours long, but my God, dude, I could have watched an 8-hour cut of that movie if that was a thing, for sure. It kind of just goes to show that we as a society, not only here on the internet, but just in general, can go onto a platform, can go onto someplace and be like, I want to see this. We need to see this. We absolutely need to see this. There are strength in numbers, guys. We do it when it comes to voting. We do it when it comes to cheering on our teams and, our whatever, that we the people, guys, we the people, and not only Americans, but also just us in general, our voice is louder when there's more of us. But anyway, so the Snyder Cut, guys, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you want to watch it, absolutely go for it. I recommend it wholeheartedly. I recommend it, and we're just gonna have to go from there. But we might be getting a Justice League 2, a Justice League 3, and Zack Snyder is in talks to potentially direct the third Wonder Woman movie because of how fantastic he did. But if you guys go watch it, it's awesome. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. So homework question number 1. Did you watch any of the Pokemon Emerald? And what did you think of it? Did you like the team? I think it was actually probably one of the better teams that I've done for a Pokemon playthrough. Question number 2. Have you voted on the poll? If you haven't, please go do that. If you have, thank you so much. And question number 3. Have you seen the Snyder Cut? What did you think of it? If you haven't, what do you think it's going to be like? Do you think you're going to like it better? Because I absolutely did, especially the Joker scenes and Batman being in it, and the fleshed out Cyborg and Flash having a little bit more of a backstory. It was amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much once again for dropping by, and always remember my little piglets. Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys!